Let's talk about it. Everybody, let's go.
Oh yeah, let's talk about it.
Come and view the show.
We've got some good stuff for you, so grab your friends and take a view.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
Welcome to the show.
Oh yeah.
Yes. Good evening, everybody. Good evening. Welcome back to tonight's show of
Let's Talk About It.
I'm your boy Nell.
And this is your girl, Oh So Divine.
And tonight we're going to be talking about the topic, Let's get real. And a lot of people have a problem with this conversation because they're not real. Pretty much.
Basically.
I'm gonna just say it like that.
No, we had a lot of we have a lot of informative questions for you on tonight. Questions that we actually came up with.
Yes,
and
I used my head for the first time and asked questions.
Thank you. There is a God. There is a God.
no, because usually people we send out the topic in messages and on Facebook and stuff, and all of our supporters will send us questions. So it saves me the problem with using my head. That's why my head hurt now.
Yes, his brain is expanding for once in his life. But one of the questions we do have tonight, one of the questions I want to kick off tonight's show is, define being real, Cornell.
Being real to me is confidence, self-confidence, self-esteem, respect for yourself and others. Patience. That's all of that defines being real. If your definition of being real is jealousy, hatred, bitterness, envy, that's not being real. That's being fake.
That's right. But we got a lot of them out there trying to act like they real.
That is true.
Oh yeah. But I think being real comes with maturity. You know what I'm saying? We always speak about maturity, about growing up. You know what I'm saying? The Bible says, when I was a child, I spoke like a child, I thought as a child, I reasoned like a child. But when I became a man, when I became a woman, I put away those childish things. And I think that's so hard for people to do, especially our age.
Yes.
Because they're really still trying to define themselves.
Yes, and it's at our age and coming up, it's a lot of things that will cause that. As far as high school and the stuff that went on in high school that made you doubt yourself or lack the confidence, or you couldn't look at yourself in the mirror, and just taking it out on other people and still being other people's friends, but yet still not being the person that they think you are.
Most definitely.
Straight up, simple.
We grow up being somebody else, and when we try to be ourselves, people don't really recognize it because we try to be somebody else for so long.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's right. One of the other questions that we had tonight was, what does being real take?
Woo.
Yes.
Being real is going to take away some of your friends. You know what I'm saying? Some of your associates that you think are friends. You know what I'm saying? Because they can't take the real you. You know what I'm saying? They can only take it when you're up in the clouds, when you got money, when you're doing this for them, you're doing that for them, but they can't take you being real. They can't take you sitting down with them and actually telling them, this is what I need you to change. This is what's going to make our relationship better, whether it's a boyfriend-girlfriend relationship, husband-wife, you know what I'm saying, or just a plain friendship, you know what I'm saying? It's going to take those things to work out being real.
That's good. That's good. I agree with her, but I would have to say one of the, in my opinion, what does being real take? First of all, looking at yourself in the mirror and telling the truth to yourself, because you can't be truthful to yourself. How can you expect yourself to be truthful to others? I mean, you can't look at yourself in the mirror and see a straight face without taking off the mask. Then a lot of people that say they are your friends still keep their distance from you because you're not being 100 with them. Straight up.
That's right.
Straight up.
Basically, what we're trying to say is be yourself.
Be yourself.
We don't need no singing, but be yourself. I'm just messing with you. But that's actually another show that we got coming up with the guest stars.
Oh, that's right. Being yourself. We're not going to get on that tonight. You ain't have to tell them all that. But anyway.
I'm going to give y'all a little sneak preview of what we about to do. You know what I'm saying? But another question that we had that I thought was a very good question that we both had came up with, it was, does being real always start with being yourself?
Does being real always start with being yourself? Whew. I would have to say yes. That's the major thing. That's the major thing, being yourself.
Because how could you be real if you're not being yourself?
Once again, that's going back to a previous question. Being just straight up being yourself.
Most definitely.
Having a positive attitude, great self-control, great high self-esteem, respect for yourself and for others. Just having a positive outlook on life. All of that is a part of being real. Now I know some of you sitting out there saying, I want to be real, but I'm scared of how it's going to come off at the first time. Okay, well, I see it like this. If you're being real to your friends for the first time and they can't accept it, point blank, they're not your friends.
But you have to look at it this way. Sometimes you have those friends that say, why you couldn't be yourself from the get-go? From the beginning.
Well, that's
why do you feel like now you can show me yourself?
That's the difference between your real friends and your fake friends.
Okay.
Simple as that.
But I can feel what that person would say when they would, if their friend is trying to come to them and say, that they're being their self now, why couldn't they be that way at the beginning?
That's
what I'm saying? I don't care about trust, you know what I'm saying? That has nothing to do with it. When you're trying to start a friendship, you should already be yourself.
That's right.
That's what, builds a friendship stronger, is you being yourself in the beginning and you being yourself in the end.
And only the strong survive.
That's right.
Only the strong survive in a strong, in a true friendship. You gotta put on some tough skin for the first time in your life and just say, hey, regardless of what you say about me, or regardless of what you think about me, or you may not think I have this or certain things I don't do like other people, but you gotta respect the fact that I am, for once in my life, being me.
That's right.
Simple as that.
I like that.
Simple as that.
I like that.
Now, one of the next questions that we had, Rika came up with this question, was why are there so many frauds claiming to be real?
Woo! I want to answer that one.
Okay, there's no one else here.
Shut up. But I think there are so many frauds claiming to be real is because they're really trying to compensate for something else. You know what I'm saying? In the past episodes, we talked about, self-esteem, respect, self-control, and all those things.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? And love. And they're really compensating for those things. They're trying to make themselves out to be this object that's up here, when really their self-esteem and their respect for themselves are down here. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, that's the only thing I could really think of is why there are so many frauds out here.
Yeah, I can't add or take away anything from that.
That's right.
One thing I wanted to point out in what she said was, about the frauds. Whether when we define frauds and define being fake, someone who is a liar, someone who is not, straight up, someone who downs other people to try to make themselves look better, someone who always starts stuff to cause, a lot of attention to themselves. Those are frauds. Those who say they ride or die with you, and then when time to go down and you need them most, where are they at? That's a fraud.
Ooh.
That's a fraud. But a true friend, a true real person will do whatever it takes.
That's right.
Because back to the topic, love, to show their genuine actions for another person, to another person.
That's
straight
right.
up. So, and that was a good question. Rick.
Oh yeah, thank you.
Thanks for answering it. No one else is here, so thank you for answering that.
But before we do wrap it up tonight, we did have a question from a viewer that asked us something on from relationships, which is a very good topic. Oh yeah, people are still watching that show and are getting a lot out of that show. The question was, if you treat me like this, you really need to think about, would you treat your mother like this? And would you want your daughter to be treated the way you treat them?
Read that again.
If you're treating me like, I don't want to curse, but if you're treating me like dirt, you know what I'm saying? Do you treat your mother that way, and would you want your daughter to be treated that way? I don't think men, I'm not only gonna put it on the man, but I don't think women think about that either. You know what I'm saying? They do their dirt, and if it happens to their daughter, they say, oh, they try to look back and see what they did, but they did the same thing. You know what I'm saying?
That is true.
What would you say about that?
One thing that I would say about that is that that person has to step into the other person's shoes to see where they're coming from. And until that happens, they're going to be treating anybody like that. Anybody like that.
And it all goes back to respect.
It all goes back to respect and self-esteem. Straight up. So that was a good question that came in as
Most
well.
definitely. Most definitely. We hope we answer that to the best of our abilities. You know what I'm saying? We hope we helped you out a little bit with that. And we do ask y'all, if y'all do have, you know what I'm saying, your questions or comments, we ask that you send them in. We like seeing your feed on the show. And, you know what I'm saying, we like to see that you're supporting us and you're really enjoying yourself, because we do want to help you guys. We want to be very informative. You know what I'm saying? We also want to encourage you, give you some good advice, some solid advice on things that we go through every day as young people, as older people. You know what I'm saying? We try to be here and be that voice, you know what I'm saying, for you guys. So we really hope you enjoyed the show on tonight.
That's right. Well, it's coming that time again where we have to wrap it up. So you know I have to do it tonight. I thank you for stopping by. I really want to thank everyone for supporting us. Shout outs to my 804 fam. Then we did high school. Y'all know who y'all are. I love all of y'all. Shout outs to y'all.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to leave y'all on tonight, but I have to do this. May not right now, probably 5 minutes or an hour from now, but when you get the time, tell somebody, spread the word, tell somebody, call your friend, text your friend, BBM your friend, IM your friend, email your friend, Facebook your friend, Twitter it, tell your mother, tell your father, tell your grandmother.
Oh, yeah.
When you're in youth revival or spring revival, tell the guest minister, tell the members in the testimony, tell your friends, tell your friends' friends, tell your haters, tell their haters, tell the lady at McDonald's, if you just happen to have enough money in the bank, tell the televisor. If you have the money to put it on TV, televise it. If you have the money to send it over to a different country, then use your telecommunication skills and tell somebody that there is a web show on YouTube and it's called Let's Talk About It. I'm your boy Nell.
And I'm your girl Oh So Divine.
And we're signing out. Peace.